Hi, and welcome to day 15 of National Diabetes Awareness Month. I am very impressed at myself for doing this vlog today. If you don't know, I'm doing a vlog every single day this month. Today's topic is about being sick because I am sick today. There was a request to talk about how I manage sick days with diabetes, and what better time to do it than today. If you watched my day in the life yesterday, you knew that I went to get the COVID booster and the flu shot. So that's why I'm sick. It's not a standard sick where I have the actual flu or something. It's just the effects of those vaccines. However, it still hits me so hard. And there are things with my diabetes management that I'm just a little bit more aware of in order to feel my best. So first, let's talk about blood sugars when I'm sick. I definitely am more insulin resistant when I'm sick. I find that I hover more around like 150 to 180, whereas typically I'm like 110, 100. This has been my last 24 hours since I've been sick, and you can tell I'm just hovering a little bit. That top gray line is 150. I'm just hovering a little bit more around that 150 than I normally do. The Omnipod 5 has been doing a pretty good job of bringing it down, which I'll talk about in a second. But I have had to give some corrections throughout the day. I gave one last night in the middle of the night. And it can be kind of frustrating because you're not feeling well, your blood sugar's not where it normally is. I just try my best to keep it within my normal range, which is 70 to 180. I don't try to be perfect when I'm sick because that added stress, like I just don't need that. I obviously am trying to, I'll give myself corrections, but I don't stress about it. And here's a brief overview of what I would do using different pumps and shots. So if I was on shots and I knew that I was sick and my insulin was being resistant, I would probably increase it by a few units, my long-lasting insulin. Then if I was on a more traditional pump like my Omnipod Dash, I would just put a increased basal, probably 10 to 15% is where I'd start, and see how that works. If I need a little bit more, I'd bump it up from there. On the Omnipod 5, I haven't noticed, like it has been a little bit higher, but it hasn't been terrible. If I was going out of range, like over 180 consistently, I probably would have hopped back into manual mode. But I've been okay. I think the Omnipod 5 has been able to cover some of that insulin resistance. And when I'm sick, sometimes even with that increased manual rate, I'm still just higher. Like my blood sugars are just, my body's focused on something else. So again, I try not to stress too much. I just try to stay within that normal range, even if it's a little bit higher than I normally am. And obviously, all of this is my experience. There is no medical advice in this video. Talk to your endocrinologist and your diabetes educators to come up with a sick day plan that works for you. The other thing about being sick is that I find that my appetite is so much lower. Like I'm someone who, when I'm sick, I don't want to eat anything. And in fact, when I do get my appetite back, that's when I know I'm getting better. Because my meals aren't as big, I still try to eat some things just so that I'm getting nutrients into my body. But I find that I don't have these like crazy spikes. You know, this was in the middle of the night. I definitely had the most insulin resistance there. But, you know, it's still pretty, you know, I don't have any of that going on. So because I have a smaller appetite, I feel that that makes it a little bit easier to manage my blood sugars. Depending on my insulin resistance, if I felt it was really high, I might tack on a little bit extra to my boluses. But again, because I'm eating pretty small portions, I find that I'm okay just to stick to my normal ratios. The biggest thing about being sick is universally, pretty much the guidelines for when you're sick. I try to drink a ton of water. And if I'm not feeling well, just to be sipping on water, and then I get a ton of sleep. So I rest my body, I don't try to push through, I call out sick from work or from school or wherever I need, and I really give my body the time that it needs to heal. That's all I have for this video because I am going to go lay my head down right there. And as of today, I'm officially halfway through this challenge. Thank you to everyone who is watching these videos. It means a lot to me. I love this community, and still a few more days. If you want to drop some future topics in the comments, let me know and I'll try to get to them over the next 15 days. I am traveling on Friday, which is why I got my booster and flu shot yesterday. I am traveling, so I will be making some travel vlogs, some vlogs about navigating the holidays with type 1 diabetes, and lots of other good stuff. So thank you guys so much for being here. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope I feel better tomorrow so I can bring you guys a longer and more substantial video. But in the meantime, I hope everyone's feeling better than I am. Bye.